Blackpool Pleasure Beach is one of the most famous parks in the UK, but over the years this park has changed a lot. Some of its biggest rides have disappeared, new world record breaking coasters have arrived, and the park has had to adapt to the ever-changing roller coaster industry. So did Blackpool Pleasure Beach become the park we know today, or has it really fallen? To understand Pleasure Beach, we need to go right back to the beginning. Blackpool Pleasure Beach was established in the late 19th century when Blackpool itself was becoming one of Britain's biggest seaside holiday destinations.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
The idea was simple: give visitors something exciting to do while they're in Blackpool. And over the time, the little amusement area will grow into one of the UK's most famous parks. As the years went on, Pleasure Beach continued to expand. The park became partially famous for its roller coasters, especially its collection of huge wooden coasters. And this became a massive part of Pleasure Beach's identity. It wasn't just about having rides, it was about creating attractions that lots of people create memories and would remember for a long while. Now, Blackpool Pleasure Beach did have a wooden coaster era. For decades, wooden coasters were the big, huge Pleasure Beach, but some of these rides became incredibly well known, attracting visitors from the UK and beyond the moon. But eventually, the park started looking towards something even bigger. And then came one of the biggest moments in Pleasure Beach's history. In 1994, the big one opened, and this wasn't just another roller coaster, it was absolutely enormous. The lift towers over Blackpool, and when you're standing underneath it, you really just get an idea how massive this thing is. At the time, the big one became one of the tallest and fastest coasters in the world. You climb all the way to the top, you look down, and then you get that huge drop. But the Pleasure Beach couldn't just rely on the big one. The park continued to add new attractions with different type of rides, and one of the biggest additions in recent years was Icon. Icon opened in 2018 and became the UK's first double launch coaster. It also featured some seriously intense elements including twists, turns and launches. It showed that Pleasure Beach was capable of creating modern coasters and exciting rides. But this is where the story gets interesting. While new rides were arriving, but some much-loved attractions were disappearing very quickly. Over the years, Pleasure Beach has moved a number of classics, and for people who've been visiting the park for decades, this can make today's Pleasure Beach very, very different. Some attractions were once major parts of the park and now just simply memories. But in 2026, their newest and tallest ride opened, Aviticus. Aviticus is the UK's tallest gyro swing by Intamin, and it is absolutely massive. When I mean massive, I mean taller than the Eiffel Tower. Just joking, it's not. But it is absolutely massive. So, has Blackpool Pleasure Beach actually fallen? Honestly, I don't think it is actually that simple. Yes, the park has lost some famous attractions, and yes, the Pleasure Beach of today does look very different from a couple decades ago. But the park is still here with huge operating coasters, still attracting visitors, and one of the most recognisable parks in Britain. And that leaves the big question: what happens next? Could Pleasure Beach add a new huge coaster? Could we see more classic rides disappear? Or could the park find a way to balance its history with new attractions? I would love to know what you think about this video. So my name's Looping Lou, and goodbye.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.